Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're digging into a really interesting piece of the broadcast puzzle. How on-air talent, the people you actually hear, connect to the systems that get their voices out into the world.
Now this is part 4 of our deep dive, and it's all based on some incredible research from Virtualization Options LLC. We've talked about hardware, we've talked about signal flow, but now we get to the most important part, the human element, the on-air talent.
You know, for as long as any of us can remember, if you asked, where does a broadcast begin? The answer was always a place, a specific room, right? With microphones, a big mixing board, maybe some soundproofing on the walls. The studio, that was the heart of the whole operation. But is that still true? So, here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to ground ourselves in that traditional on-premises world. Then, we'll look at the massive shift to broadcasting remotely. After that, we'll put them side by side to see how they really stack up. And finally, we'll get into the new rules and, the new challenges that come with all this cool new tech.
All right, first up, let's talk about the bedrock of broadcasting. This is the classic model, the on-premises setup that basically defined radio and TV for generations.
And this image pretty much says it all, doesn't it? Everything is right there, physically in one spot. You've got your servers, your mixers, your mics, all wired together on a local network, inside the station walls. For the person behind the mic, this meant everything was, instant. You push a button, something happens right away. The control is super direct, with basically zero delay, or what the tech folks call latency. But here's the catch, the one non-negotiable rule. You absolutely had to be in the building to make it all work.
But of course, technology never just stands still. That whole idea of having to be physically present, it's been completely turned on its head. And this is where cloud-based systems come into the picture and just rewrite the entire rulebook for on-air talent.
And this is really the million-dollar question, isn't it? What does it actually mean when your most valuable asset, your on-air personality, can do their job from literally anywhere in the world?
Well, this is the answer. Cloud-based automation basically cuts the cord between the talent and the physical building. It creates a system where the control room isn't really a room at all. It's just a platform you can log into. And this simple phrase really gets to the heart of it. The physical chain is broken. Instead of running on copper wires, the whole thing runs on a stream of data, and that has huge implications. Think about it. Suddenly, you can hire the absolute best host for the job, no matter where they live. And the magic ingredient that makes all this possible? The internet. A good, stable connection is now the key that unlocks the entire broadcast chain. It's that simple.
So what's the end result of all this? Well, your morning show host could be in a home studio in one city, your midday person in another, and your news anchor somewhere else entirely. It completely changes what you think of as a staff.
Okay, so let's really put these two models side by side. Let's look at the trade-offs, especially from the perspective of the person who's actually talking into the microphone every day. This chart just makes it crystal clear. On-prem, your location is stuck at the station. You're hardwired into a local network, and you have to be there, period. Cloud-based, your location is literally anywhere with internet. You connect through a web browser or a little app, and the whole workflow is built for a scattered team. It's a huge shift from being location-dependent to being, location-independent.
Okay, but all this newfound freedom, it's not exactly a free lunch, right? Moving the studio into the cloud brings a whole new set of puzzles that you have to solve.
Exactly. You can't just hand a host a laptop and a mic and expect it to sound perfect. It's just not that simple. There's a whole new layer of technical stuff to manage. So what are the new rules of this game?
So to really make this work, stations have to get good at 3 new things. First is latency. You know that tiny delay you sometimes hear in your headphones? If that gets too long, it can completely mess up a host's timing. It's a disaster. Next, remote monitoring. How does an engineer in one city fix a weird audio problem for a host in another? They need tools to hear exactly what the host is hearing, in real time. And finally, voice processing. That big, warm, professional studio sound, it doesn't just happen. You have to recreate it remotely to make sure the talent sounds amazing, whether they're in a fancy studio or just their home office.
And these kind of brings us to our final thought for today. As the technology completely untethers talent from geography, it forces us to ask a really deep question. I mean, if your local morning host is actually broadcasting from 1,000 miles away, what does local even mean anymore? It's a huge question the entire industry is trying to figure out, and honestly, the answer is going to shape the future of media for all of us.